Stinky.
Hello, welcome to LTM Reviews, where I get you caught up on the oldest movies. And welcome, guys. It's been a while since I've done my 100th episode, and then I've been looking through and I was thinking about what would I do for the next review, and I thought, well, why don't I go ahead and review some of the movies I've been getting a lot of requests from the 100th episode poll that I made a few days ago, and just review one of them. And the other movie, I may not go completely in order, but I'll just do the ones I'll just do the ones from that list and just do the ones the ones I got the most requests to do. So, another movie that got a lot of requests for me to do was the first Happy Feet. Now, I've already covered the second one. If you want to learn more about the second movie, which is one of my earlier reviews, just go feel free to check that out. Definitely recommend it. So, let's talk about the first Happy Feet. Happy Feet was distributed by Warner Brothers, the same, okay, you guys already know who Warner Brothers is, but, if you look at Warner Brothers now, they're known for like something like the Lego Movie or the new Scooby-Doo movie that's coming out in about a month or a few months, or even Storks or something, or even Smallfoot. But back then, they were just a studio that could distribute any animated movie. They didn't really have much of a studio other than maybe the Looney Tunes or something like or DC Animation, but So with this movie, this was during the time when Warner Brothers would just distribute anything, and before they actually had made an animation studio. They did have one, but it closed down because of movies like Osmosis Jones, Quest for Camelot, and a lot of box office bombs and stuff like that. But let's talk about Happy Feet. Happy Feet was made by the people who did the Legend of the Guardians movie back in 2011, which I need to get to pretty soon. Anyways, but let's just talk about Happy Feet. You got Mumble, played by Eli Wood, who has this problem with tap dancing, and the place that he's in, the Penguins don't like tap dancing. They only stick to like singing and stuff. And so one day, Robin Williams, Penguin, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call him. I know he has a name, but it's Robin Williams being Robin Williams. Talks to him and that he should find his own way and be who he is. So Mumble goes on a journey with Robin Williams, Penguin, to figure out who he is and what and then find out what humans are as well. And he comes across a lot of seagulls, this place called Heaven, which is actually a zoo, which is very creative. I like movies that's very creative, and a lot of crazy stuff happens in the film. A lot of cuteness actually. The problem for me was that I feel like the story was a little too all over the place. Like I said, the story was kind of complex if you look at it. Like I said, you got the simple plot is that it's about a penguin trying to learn how to dance properly, and that's about it. But if I talk to you about the whole story, it was all over the place, So, what do I like about this movie? Well, the downside is the story's a little weak, but other than that, Happy Feet is actually a pretty funny, not very creative movie. I like some of the singing, I like some of the voices of the penguins. Like I said, the cast is very spot on, like Robin Williams, Eli Wood, there's this woman, I forgot her name, but I think she's from that one comedy I can't remember, but she has a great singing voice, and I think she's Mumble's love interest. The casting's spot on, the music's great. Like I said, kind of weird choices for songs, but that's the second one had that too. So the characters are very funny, especially like I said, Robin Williams as himself. I do like one of the I do like how the humans are more real life instead of animated. That's kind of rare for an animated movie to be as real as possible. I mean, Robert Zemeckis tried that with Polar Express and Christmas Carol, but they didn't understand the point of realism in movies. So I'll give Happy Feet that. The animation is very decent for the time and very spot on of its time. I think it totally works for its advantage because, like I said, it's trying to be as real as possible, and I like movies that do that. Because although I enjoyed Beowulf, I will admit the realism just didn't work in that film that much, but in here, it totally works. Also, I still like that movie. Overall, while I can't say Happy Feet was a masterpiece. I will admit that it had me dancing to my toes once in a while, and then made me dance every once in a while and stuff like that. It made me laugh, too. I like some of the humor, mostly from Robin Williams' performance. Though, even if I will give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's a really fun movie, and I definitely recommend it for kids and adults. though the story is what brings it down a little bit. But I'm just gonna, you know what? Instead of a 9, let's just give it an 8. It's not a bad movie. Don't get me wrong. This is, in fact, I think it's probably one of the better Warner Brothers movies that came out at that time, because they would produce movies like, say, the TMNT cartoon, or the Ant Bully, which was a mediocre one, or a can't think of anything else. But anyways, Happy Feet gets an 8 out of 10. If it wasn't for the story, it could have gotten it a little bit higher, but as a movie on its own, and especially without its sequel, it's very well done. So Happy Feet was a big hit at the box office, making more than, I think, $300 million at the box office. It was like the 10th highest grossing film, so it had to be a little more than that. But the movie was a big hit, and it actually won Best Animated Feature, beating both Cars and The Monster House. So that's pretty cool. That's rare for an animation studio or a studio to beat out Disney and Pixar. And then the sequel, which you guys can get more info onto that. But I'll just put this right now. Looking back on it, it's not that great. It's not the worst or anything. It's just very, well, you all can watch that. So until next time, like I said, I made a poll the other day for the 100th episode. And I'm not going to go in order. Like I said, I'll just get the one that has the most requests to the least most requests. Like, may go from order. I may not go for an order, but just do the ones that have the most requests. So, hope you guys see you next time. This is LTM signing out, and I'll see y'all next time.
I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Sit your ass down and stop screaming.
I do whatever I want, Dad. I be stunning out here, man.
Your ugly ass.
You talking about, Dad? You was getting no holes back in the day. You was with that one bitch. She look like the bottom of my mother sneaker, man.
All my bitches was bad, and you get your sneakers from Marshall, so I won't hear nothing.
Nigga, this ain't no Marshalls. These shits came straight from Foot Locker. Talking about, I be getting it in that school, man. Your daddy used to get all the hoes back then, but none of they poon game was good as mine. I don't give a about none of that shit, man. They talking wow in this mother, man.